Yo, what is up guys? This is Troy D from the Troy D 24/7 Mall channel, your source for on point and no hype reviews. We are back yet again, everybody. We're back with another fragrance video today, but before all that, I do want to greet y'all a belated Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, guys. Happy New Year! It's 2023. I'm really happy and privileged to be doing these videos for, I would say, my third year. It's like my third year now, holy crap. But thank you so much for your support. Thank you for all the love and support. I do hope that, 2023 is our year, not just in terms of fragrances and fragrance collecting, but, in our lives as well, that we have a pretty stellar year. So again, belated Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Now today, for my first video of 2023, we are back with yet another real versus clone comparison. Yes, another one, guys. And I know for a lot of y'all, this is one of your favorite segments of the channel. It's one of mine as well. And today we're going to talk about a comparison between two fragrances that are both pretty popular in their own sphere. One is very popular in the designer fragrance world, and another is popular, of course, in the clone world because a lot of people say it really depicts the original very, very well. So that's what we're going to discuss. We're going to talk about Dior Sauvage Elixir again, as well as, I got the sample right here, Lattafa Asad. I was about to really close the book on my Dior Sauvage Elixir journey, but then when I checked out all my samples, I was like, oh my gosh, I did order Lattafa Asad, and I did, wear it for like a couple of weeks, guys. And, this one right here is very popular because, like I said, a lot of people are saying that this fragrance copies Dior Sauvage Elixir to a T. And if you don't know what Dior Sauvage Elixir is, gosh, where have you been? Okay, Dior Sauvage Elixir is another flanker of the famed Dior Sauvage, but this one right here, I would say Dior Sauvage Elixir, real quick recap. Why is it really good? It's really good because it is a fragrance that really, we can say it is the combination of sweet and spice and everything nice. Okay, you have a sweet aspect of Dior Sauvage Elixir, a spicy aspect of Dior Sauvage Elixir, and then mixed with an uplifting lavender. You've got a very lethal combo right from the opening, guys. And every single time I've worn Elixir, without a doubt, guys, there's always somebody saying, you smell good, who smells good, or dang, that smells good. Okay, so Dior Sauvage Elixir, without a doubt, if we're talking about people's reactions to perfumery, like a compliment and all that, that one just beats it. But I really do love wearing it. So this one, Lattafa Asad, this one is a $20. Gosh, every time I give a number on the price, y'all just lower it. If I say, oh, I got this for, $20, you guys are like, well, I got it for 15. And some people say, oh, I got it for 8. So I don't really know what the real market price of Lattafa Asad is. But, this one right here, average price I'm seeing is like $20 to $30. And the bottle, man, the bottle looks absolutely amazing. It doesn't look like a cheap fragrance, it looks like some Arabian oud type bottle right there. So I thought that the bottle was amazing. And again, the rep of Asad is that, it really copies Dior Sauvage Elixir to a T. So let's put that to the test. Let's go spray this thing right now. Okay, guys, now let's talk about Lattafa Asad, okay, and how that compares to Dior Sauvage Elixir. Now, first and foremost, the note breakdown. It's pretty interesting, guys. If you Google Lattafa Asad, you'll go into some other websites where they'll give you this crazy note breakdown that doesn't make sense. It's a note breakdown with pineapple and coffee and some other notes. And of course, we all know that's not really what it is. I'm pretty sure it was a typo. The real and more concise one, in my opinion, is the one in Fragrantica. Yes, it's the one in Fragrantica, guys. And that makes a lot more sense. And usually when it comes to Middle Eastern clones and twists, this is something that they do is they kind of consolidate the notes. Instead of saying, well, it's exactly the same, they're just gonna say spicy notes or floral notes or earthy notes. This is something that I found out just literally checking out all these twists. They have a way of generalizing the notes so it doesn't look exactly like the original. But I don't know why they would do that, but maybe so they don't get sued. I don't know, but definitely I would say that the one in Fragrantica is the one that is the accurate note breakdown of this. And with that note breakdown, we're looking at spicy notes, clove, which is a spice, amber, sandalwood, and vanilla. Okay, that in my opinion is a much more concise breakdown of Lattafa Asad. Now let's look into the opening, guys. The opening of Lattafa Asad. Wow. This one right here is probably, I would say, like a 98, maybe 98, 99%, you know, when it comes to how close it is to Dior Sauvage Elixir. And for a lot of people, for 30 bucks, that matters. You know, that's good enough because, hey, Dior Sauvage Elixir, $200 or something. And this one depicts the opening. Wow, like pretty close, guys. When I sprayed it, I was like, wow, this is probably one of the best clones of Dior Sauvage Elixir. Now, I'm sure despite all this, a lot of y'all want to know what the minute, if there were minute differences are between Lattafa Asad and Dior Sauvage Elixir. And this is it right here. So Lattafa Asad's opening, in my opinion, focuses more on the sweet and spice. It focuses more on the sweet and spice. As a matter of fact, there's also kind of like a woody component from the get-go that, in my opinion, Dior Sauvage Elixir doesn't really have. And Dior Sauvage Elixir, the difference is that it has a much stronger lavender component than Lattafa Asad. But in terms of the sweet and spice, they are nearly identical. So that is why you probably hear from a lot of people that they really smell the same, okay, guys? But like I said, Lattafa Asad, more on the sweet and spice with a woody component from the intro. And on the other hand, Dior Sauvage Elixir has a prominent, uplifting lavender component, guys. I would say that that's one of the differences right here between Asad and Dior Sauvage Elixir. So when you spray both of these fragrances, guys, you are gonna get the very, very similar sweet and spice component from both. But this one right here, Lattafa Asad, like I said, woody and more on the sweet spice. The other one, Dior Sauvage Elixir, the original, has an uplifting lavender vibe. And so this is why you will also hear that, you know, Lattafa Asad is a moderate projector. Like a lot of people say, it's a moderate projector. Well, that's also because it doesn't really have a strong lavender component as opposed to Dior Sauvage Elixir. And I totally agree. Elixir feels like it's a stronger projecting perfume because of the lavender. But does Lattafa Asad, you know, is it a weaker type of perfume? Absolutely not. It's not weak. Matter of fact, it also produces a scent trail. It just doesn't have a lot of that uplifting lavender right there. But it is strong. It is going to be detectable. So Lattafa Asad is still pretty good when it comes to the projection and the scent trail. It just focuses on a different thing, such as the sweet and spice and not the uplifting lavender. Now, based on my testing, guys, Lattafa Asad's Dior Sauvage Elixir component, this part, in my opinion, lasts 6 to 7 hours. Okay, this exact Dior Sauvage Elixir type perfume. And that is pretty good because for a lot of perfumes, they already last 8 hours, period. But this one right here, there is that Dior Sauvage Elixir component that lasts 7 to 8 hours. So perfect for nights out, perfect for clubbing, staying up all night, guys, without a doubt. I mean, the longevity of this is pretty good, but this is just one part really of the equation. Now, past 8 hours is the dry down stage. And this is, I would say, where they kind of differ, but I don't really know if that matters to you guys, okay? Because if we're looking at the impression, it's pretty spot on, like I said, with minute differences. But on the dry down, I would say Dior Sauvage Elixir has a more complex dry down. It's got that licorice dry down. It's got that patchouli dry down. It's a really nice smoky dry down as well with that vetiver. It's a little bit more complex, I would say, okay, compared to Asad, which is more focused, yet again, on the amber. It's more focused on the vanilla. You've got clove on the dry down as well. So it's more of like a spicy, amber, slightly woody type of dry down for Asad. And that is a stark difference, actually, guys. After 8 hours, when I was trying Dior Sauvage Elixir, I was like, oh yeah, that licorice, that patchouli, as well as those other notes in the dry down of Dior Sauvage Elixir, much more complex for sure. But again, I mean, I really wondered if that even mattered, because for me, am I a dry down person? Not really. I'm not really a dry down person. Like opening to mid, I mean, it should catch my attention by then. And without a doubt, Asad opening to mid, 8 hours of that Dior Sauvage Elixir type smell. That's good enough for me, guys. Now, interestingly, this dry down lasted 2 hours. So for me, objectively speaking, Lattafa Asad lasts 10 hours. But then again, because it's a $20 to $30 fragrance, you can always overspray because, hey, we can all afford it. Dior Sauvage Elixir, to me, lasted much longer on an equal amount of sprays, 12 to 13 hours versus Asad's, 9 to 10 hours. But then again, like I said, come on. I mean, that's still pretty good, okay? That doesn't mean Lattafa Asad is weak or it doesn't last that long, okay? It did, and again, that type of projection, although moderate, is because it doesn't have a lot of lavender compared to Dior Sauvage Elixir. So my verdict is it's a real good clone for 30 bucks. I would say it's a really good clone. Can't hate on this Asad right here. Beautiful bottle, $30, great performing, has a very, very similar profile to Dior Sauvage Elixir. Different dry down, but still, that doesn't really matter. Because, when you're buying clones, what are you getting? Are you really buying clones for the dry down? No, you're buying clones because you want that initial spray to be exactly like the original. And I would say Lattafa Asad does a pretty good job of making that Dior Sauvage Elixir impression, guys. Okay, so that is it. That is my quick review comparison, if you will, of Lattafa Asad and Dior Sauvage Elixir. Yet another compliment getting, lovely, what do you call it, chick magnets. There was a guy that said, hey, is that a chick magnet perfume? Guys, just remember, you guys are the chick magnet, okay? Just remember, these fragrances, they just amplify what you have, okay? It invites people to come in because they're sweet, they're spicy, they're uplifting. It's great to be around you, but the rest is your job. The rest is yours, guys. Once they say hello, that's all up to you guys to close the deal, guys. So definitely, like I said, very compliment getting, very beautiful draw in, great for clubbing, great for nightlife, great for anything, actually. Lattafa Asad, 30 bucks, it's a winner, guys, okay? So that is it. That's my review. Let me know on the comments below what y'all think of Lattafa's Asad. I would like to know what y'all think, if you got exactly the same thing I got or something different. Did you smell the coffee or the pineapple or whatever it was on the other note breakdown? Let me know on the comments below. And again, please do not forget to like and subscribe. I got a whole playlist of real versus clone comparisons in the channel. I'll link it at the end. So until then, guys, Happy New Year. I'm off to pick up my family from the airport. I'll see you guys on the next video tomorrow. Peace.